see how we can share. We can get this shared out. Yes. See if I can share it out to as many people as possible. Everybody.
Granny, how you do? Granny, sister? I'm your sister. That's what I already do.
Okay. Let's do another share. Not too many people as possible. Yeah, so people probably ain't gonna need this, but what's going on? What's going on? Come on, jump in. You can tap the screen, shut a live. Hey Mary, how are you? Black Rain, what's going on? Mad Facts, what's going on? Bree, what's going on? I see everybody kind of coming in. I'm just trying to share it a little bit, shut a live out here a little bit, y'all. So give me a second before I get started. Let me make sure I got all my tabs up. Yes, this is what I would call my first home buyer seminar. Trying to shut a live a little bit, y'all. Trying to shut a live. Just want to get some information out there to everyone who is, looking to buy, thinking about buying a home. You know, in the process, want to do it, but don't know what to do, or you haven't done it in a while and you just need to figure out like what the hell is going on in today's market. What's affordable, how are things still done? Yeah. So see, we got 6 people in here. Cool. What's going on, y'all? First and foremost, I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Dennis Reynolds. I am a realtor. I go by DR, the inspirational realtor, and that's the reason why I go by that, because not only do I look to help people buy homes, sell their homes, buy townhomes, buy condos, rent out townhomes, rent out apartments, rent out homes. I do this as a way to be able to connect with people and also be able to motivate and inspire. Because if you guys get to know me, I'm a guy that like to talk. Everything about me is positive. I'm a positive person. My attitude, my mindset, it must operate and focus on being positive. So with that being said, this is the way I try to operate. I try to get rid of what's called the ant mindset. Ant mindset. And when I say ant, that means ANT. This is what we want to get rid of when we in this home buying process and we looking for a home. You have to get rid of the ant mindset. ANT. Let me say it again. Ant mindset. ANT. And the ant mindset you're getting rid of is any negative thoughts. So when you get into this process, you want to make sure you have your thought process as positive as possible. Get rid of the ant mindset. Any negative thought that's going to, keep you from feeling like you can't do this or feel like something is going to go wrong in the process or anything is going to happen in this process to stop you from obtaining your dream of home ownership. So, with that being said, again, people, the first thing you want to do before you start your home buying process journey is to get rid of the ant mindset. If y'all want to spell it out, spell it out. I spell it. If you want to spell it out in the comments, spell out ANT. Put ANT in the comments. And when you put that in the comments, this is the mindset you want to get rid of if you're on your home buying journey. The ant mindset. And getting rid of that mindset is getting rid of any negative thoughts. All right. So y'all might hear some stuff going on. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yes. Put that in the comments. Ant mindset. If y'all wouldn't here, put ant mindset in the comments, because I can't really go forward talking about how to help you purchase a home if you have this mindset. That's the first thing you have to get rid of. BK Broski, I see a lot of people coming in. See a lot of people coming in. Good, 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 good. Y'all settle in, settle down, settle in. Let's go. So again, I only see a couple people put it in the comments, but we want to get rid of the ant mindset. That's the first thing we're gonna learn to do in this home buyer seminar. Getting rid of the ant mindset. Any negative thought. All right. So first and foremost, going forward, you know, if you want to start looking for a home, the first thing you need to do is figure out, like, what is your financial situation? How does your financial situation look? You know, what are you making? Like, what is your money? How is your bills? And what are you comfortable with? You got to kind of figure out, what's going on, Deftone. Okay. So what you want to do is kind of figure out, like, where do you see yourself being comfortable with what you can afford? Because if you don't take care of that, hey, what's going on, Kim Davenport? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. So the first thing you want to do is figure out your financial situation. And that's the first thing, first and foremost, with anything you want to do, especially in this home buying process. You want to figure out where you at financially. You know how much you're making, how much you have to spend on everything you have to do. And you also know in your mind, you probably already have in your mind what is a comfortable mortgage rate that you are willing to pay. And you got to understand what you're comfortable to pay, what paying with, and actually what's out here. So you want to make sure you get that together. Second of all, you want to, if you feel comfortable with your financial situation, you want to check your credit score. Your credit score means a whole lot in this situation, and I'll let people know and understand that, hey, you can get a home at a 580 FHA. You can get a FHA loan starting off at a 580. FHA 30-year fixed loan starts off at about a 580 credit score. Between 580 and 619, you can qualify to get a home. But with that credit score in that range, you will probably won't get qualified for down payment assistance. And down payment assistance is something important for a lot of people in this market, because a lot of people don't have the money to pay a down payment and pay closing costs. And understand that in this home buying process, you got different types of costs. I know y'all hear my kids in the background. Hey, mama. Hey, you're going to the other room for a second, because I think your tablet is coming through. All right, mama. Thank you. Love you. All right. So now, between 580 and 619, yes, you can get a home, get approved for a home. Now, who's to say you're going to get higher interest rates? You may get higher interest rates. It depends on how you move, and what type of home you choose, and what type of programs that the lender has. What? I don't know what she's doing. Louise, I don't really know you. Are you like a person who is a mortgage person? Are you a mortgage broker, a lender, underwriter? Do you do anything in a home buying process? If so, yes, you can come up. I would love to have you up. But if you got any questions, let me know. If you have any questions, you want to just come up and ask some questions, I could do that as well. But I'll be happy to answer all the questions in the comments. Um, so yeah, let me get back to what I was saying. So yeah, 580, 619, 580 to 619 FICO score. Let's get that right. Not that that's a FICO score that you're looking at. Most of the time people get credit scores confused when they are looking at Credit Karma, because a lot of people kind of play with their things through Credit Karma, and understand Credit Karma is a good source to like see the information that's being reported on your credit. But as far as the credit score, it's never accurate. It's always a little bit off, and it's always a little bit off, and it's higher than what your actual FICO score may be. So you always want to make sure you're checking for your FICO score, not your Vantage score, because that's what the Credit Karma app gives you, a Vantage score. And Vantage score really kind of plays a part mostly on payment history. So, if you got good payment history, with your credit profile, then the Vantage score is going to be higher. FICO is just overall credit health. It's your overall credit profile. It's all the mixture of credit you have. And when I say the mixture of credit, I mean you have revolving loans, you have installment loans, you have length of history in your credit, you have on-time payment history, and you have low inquiries, and you don't have derogatory remarks. So that actually makes your credit profile look great, and most of that you'll find it on the FICO side. Y'all running out of here on this information, man. What's wrong with people? People don't want information, man. Y'all want to be entertained. To me, it's kind of sad, man. People do not want to be informed. They don't want to understand how to play this game. But then, yet and still, this is a game that everybody has to play in at some point. Because at some point, you're gonna get tired of renting. You're gonna get tired of renting. Because guess what? If you pay attention to what's going on, landlords have the right to raise your rents up to 10% every year. Now, the landlords are raising your rents up 10% every year. What does that do for you? But take more money out of your pockets. And as they raise the rents up, you continuously help them easily pay their mortgage and increase their cash flow year by year. And what do you get? You just get an extra 30 days. Just get an extra 30 days. That's all you get. Extra 30 days. Well, I won't say 30 days, because if you sign a lease, you just get that year lease. After that lease is up, hey, you're gonna have to accept the 10% increase unless you know how to talk on it, unless you learn the law and know how to play the game. But most of the time, people don't want to take the time out to either read, learn, or just even engage in things that are gonna help them. Most of the time we like to dibble and dab in frivolous things. So yeah. So now, like I say, back to the credit scores. 580 to 619 credit score can get you a home. 620 and above, that gets you into the down payment assistance programs where you start qualifying for those. Now, for most of those, but you do have a couple where they have, let me look up something real quick. You have this one program called NACA. Let me swipe up real quick, guys. I got my phone right here. Let's see. I'm going to open this up, open up a new tab here. Let's see, NACA. Now, this right here, let me get out of here. This is the one program right here, NACA. This is one, yeah. The neighborhood, I think it's yes, the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America. And what this is a program here where they help you with your down payment and your closing costs. So they help you with down payment and closing costs. Let me see what else. See, they're letting you know what the fixed year rate is. This is the kind of rates that you're dealing with now in the market. So you guys want to go ahead and get on here and check this website when you get a chance. Now again, here go the NACA mortgage benefits. If you guys can see it, it says no down payment, no closing costs, and no mortgage insurance premium. But you have to go and sign up and go to their program, and you're also going to have to go to a home buyer seminar. You've registered in your area. They offer it in different places within the country. Now, when you go here, you're going to have to go through their program. Their program, it might take about a couple months or so, but you're going through the program with a purpose. And also, once you get through the program, if you choose to work with me and you're in the state of Texas, then you come back to me and we find a home, but the home has to be like NACA approved. You can't just go out and get any type of home. It's a type of home that they will say, okay, we'll do this and we'll do that for that home. So that's one way, if your credit score is low, that you can bypass, getting paying the down payment, and closing costs, like, because that's a big deal. If you ain't got to pay the down payment and the closing costs, you'll just basically be bringing earnest money to the table. So, and if people don't know what earnest money is just an upfront cost that you pay. And it's just a down payment that you kind of put down to show the sellers that you are serious about buying the property. because everyone does this. Because when it's a lot of people in the market and you're competing for a home, you gotta make yourself look serious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I am. What's that? I am 16 Cardo. Cardo, yeah. So yeah, Naka, that's a great program, bro. Look that up. I got some other home buyer grant programs that I'm gonna show you guys if you continue to stay on. That also helps you with down payment assistance. You know, these are a lot, and a lot of the lenders that you work with will probably offer this. And then it's a couple of them that they are just nonprofit organizations that look to help people with their down payments. You know, because like I say, when it comes to buying a home, when it comes to buying a home, it's three costs that is going to be associated with it. You know, major costs. You're still going to have other things that you might incur if you're selling or buying, but from a buyer standpoint, you know what I'm saying? There's three major things you're gonna deal with. First and foremost, you're gonna deal with earnest money. And as I explained to you, earnest money is basically you showing a good faith and showing that you're serious. And what it does is kind of takes the property off the market in certain instances, but you showing yourself as a really serious buyer, because no one wants to waste their time. You got to understand, in this game, in the real estate game, everyone gets paid off commission. This is an entrepreneurship. This is an entrepreneur based profession. Everyone gets paid off commission. No one has time to waste. So if you're not going to put any skin in the game, no one is really even taking you serious. They won't even take you serious. No one will take you serious. Realtor won't take you serious. Like me personally, if you won't put down no earnest money, I think you playing a game and you might be wasting my time. You know, and that's the most valuable and precious thing that I have is my time. And if I'm giving it to you, you know, please be serious. That's why we have to vet and make sure people are really serious about doing this. That's why you get pre-approvals, things like that, to make sure that you're serious. And earnest money is just something that you put down up front, and it's nothing but a down payment towards your down payment at closing. So, you know, if you end up, you know, getting your closing costs and your down payment assistance, you get your closing cost covered and your down payment assistance covered, that earnest money is going to come back to you. You know, you'll be able to take that earnest money back home, or you can use the earnest money and do an interest rate buy down. If you got enough money that you put down, you can actually buy your interest rate down and make your mortgage payment lower. You know, so those are things you can do. But again, 580, you can start with an FHA loan. They start off at 580. And if we're talking about no down payments, FHA loan is a loan that is it is a minimum base 3.5% down payment. And this is why we're talking about grants and down payment assistance. Conventional loans, they start off at a minimum of 3%. And that depends on your credit score and everything else. And conventional loans are really for more high earners. You know, they tend to get those loans. FHA is for more of our first time home buyers, people who are at a lower income rate. You know, FHA helps out with that. It's a government program. And then you got your veterans. They do the VA loan. I'm not talking about veterans or USDA loans, because those loans are automatically no down payment. So if you're a veteran and you qualify, and your VA loan and your certificates are good and everything, and you qualify for your VA loan as a veteran, you come in the door with no down payment, but you still got closing costs. Don't forget about closing costs. But you will come in the door with no down payment required. If you do a USDA loan, that's another one of those loans that are no down payment required, but you still have closing costs. And we still find ways to get that out the way. Now, if you get the down payment assistance program, then that down payment assistance should knock off the closing costs, you know, for the VA loan, for the VAs and the VAs and the USDAs. If you still get down payment assistance, then that's going to knock off your closing costs. So let me see. So if you're a vet, use NACA to handle the closing costs. I wouldn't say you have to use NACA. You could use you want to use the VA because it's already like, if your credit score is like a 620, you might as well try to let me see it. I'm gonna pull up this other one, because NACA is really for like those that have poor credit scores and very little money. You know what I'm saying? They qualify you to put you in a house, but they're not gonna put you like in your dream house. Don't expect to go in your dream house through them. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a 620 or better, you want to try and get your down payment assistance and then use that towards your closing costs, unless you get a brand new build. Now, if you get a brand new built, new construction home, I want to say at least 90% of the time, the builders have incentives in place that's going to cover your closing costs. So if you get a brand new build with your VA loan, you already got the down payment assistance taken care of already. The closing cost is already going to be paid by the builder, and they'll pay for your title policy. So if you put down the earnest money, again, you'll be walking away. They're going to give it back to you. If you don't need anything else, they're going to give it back to you. Yeah. Now, if you honestly desire to build, bro, depending on how much you're willing to spend, because if you like 500, 600,000, then you can do custom. You can start getting customized things done to your home. But if you like, 350 a lower, 350, 400, I want to say 400 a lower, 400,000 a lower, then you literally, the builders are going to build the house and you just like, hey, I like this floor plan. They're going to build the floor plan the way they see it to be built, because that's just how they're going to work that. But the more money you spend, the more you're able to customize your home. But I mean, you can still try to, you can add upgrades, though. It's just going to cost you extra. But if you're not trying to pay the extras or whatever, through customizing, you just have to accept like what the builder builds. And, they still be building nice stuff, especially in the $300,000 price range. They still build nice homes and energy efficient homes, modernized homes, and if you had to do any type of gutting on your own, it's not like you got to go through a whole lot. Okay, so what's a good down payment? Um, if you're using a VA loan, like I say, there's no down payment, but it depends. Now, it depends on the builder. Some of the builders, they require a certain earnest money. Like I knew one builder, I just helped a client move in with one of the builders there, and the requirement and earnest money that they required to put down was $1,000. Some places might ask for 2,500. It just depends on where you go. So a lot of times when you ask me some questions in here, the one thing the answer I'm gonna give you is like, it depends. Because that's a big thing in real estate. You can't just sit up here and say like, something is totally for certain. So if you ask me what's a good down payment, I'm not gonna be like, this is what it is, because every builder is different, every situation is different. So literally, I'm gonna give you it depends type of answer, because each one is different. Okay, so you said if I had 175 cash on a self-builder's permit, would it help? If you want, it is gonna help. If you're gonna put down $175,000 cash, yes, it's gonna help. It's gonna help everything, whatever it is that the cost of the building. If you're able to give them that much up front, then the loan is going to be cheaper. Like it might take like 300,000 to build a house. You get them 175. Now you're dealing with $125,000 mortgage. You know what I'm saying? And if you can get a good interest rate on a 30-year fix, then that mortgage is going to be pretty much lower than somebody buying a house at 300,000 and they only putting down 10,000. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely helps. And the more that you put down, a lot of people that I try to make people understand something as well. Like a lot of people don't want to pay down payments. They like to try and get out of paying the down payment. But really, when you put the down payment down on a house, you're putting equity into the house, instant equity. So like if you got a 3.5% down payment, FHA loan, 30-year fix, and you got a $300,000 house, most of the time that down payment is about $9,000, because you're going to put down 3.5%. We're not even going to do any guessing. We're going to do the math. Okay, so let me bring up my calculator. Come on, calculator. And see, this is a Samsung. I'm used to having my Android. Oh, here we go. I'm used to having an iPhone. I'm sorry, y'all. So I got this Android. So now, here we go. 300,000. 300,000. So a 3.5% down payment. So you're going to multiply, and this is how you do the math to get that, understand that. So you want to figure out the down payment of 3.5% on a $300,000 home. You're going to do 300,000 and you're going to multiply times 3.5%. And you already kind of see the answer now already. You see that answer is say 10,500. So that's what it's going to be for a down payment. So 7,500 down to $250K to build through the bank. Well, see, the thing is, it depends on what type of loan you get. You know what I'm saying? The loan and the loan requirements. So if you want a $250,000 house, let's do the math on that. And you're doing an FHA. If you get a $250,000 house on an FHA loan, the minimum balance, the minimum down payment is 3.5%. So you can put any 3.5% or more, but you can't put no less than 3.5% down. And this is why we try to get into the down payment assistance to help with that, because FHA is only going to fund 96.5% of the transaction. You got to come up with the other 3.5%. You know what I'm saying? So now let's do that. 250,000. 250,000. So we got 250,000. And if you get an FHA loan, 30-year fixed rate, 30-year fixed mortgage, which means that 30-year fixed, once they get this mortgage rate, and what's going to be fixed in that mortgage rate is going to be your principal and your interest. It's 4 things. Well, let me not get ahead of myself, because sometimes I do jump ahead, y'all. So I'll be excited to give out the information, and I be just want to know that I'm helping somebody. Okay, so again, you was talking about you wanted to put 7,500 down on 250,000 to build through a bank. Like I said again, it depends on the FHA loan. All right, so you got 250,000, 5 acres with timber. Thinking about selling 4 acres of land, set 4 acres of timber to help pay it off. Oh yeah, if you got land with timber on it, that's money, brother. Go get that money. Chop them trees down and sell that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what all the builders do. They go buy all that land with all that timber on it. They cut them trees down and cultivate that land, sell all that wood, make all the money off of it. Either they sell it or they probably, keep it themselves and use it as part of they framing, because they need all that wood to be framing the houses. So yeah, again, like if you're doing a $250,000 loan right here, times 3.5%, and that's on the FHA, times 3.5. Again, we're showing 3.5%. That's what you would have had to put down. That's probably what they would have required you, $87.50. So it's like when you're trying to put down on a home, it's not like how you want to go into the car lot and be like, well, I want to put this down. Like, it's like literally requirements and things that they have set up in play, and rules and regulations that they have set up in play, and you got to kind of follow by the rules and the regulations of what they trying to do. So it's like you can't just go ahead and say, well, I only want to put this down. It's like we figure out how much they expect for you to put down, and then we figure out how to play around that. You know what I'm saying? We figure out how to play around that. We can't just go in there and be like, well, I only want to put this much down. We know whatever your financial profile look like, whatever your credit score says, and your whole financial profile is going to show what you can get approved for. Most of the time, if your credit score and your financial profile look a certain way, the lenders are already going to recommend, like, yeah, you're going to be good for FHA loan. Yeah, you'll be good for a conventional loan. And if you set up right with your VA, you'll be like, yeah, you're good with you're going to get a VA loan. You'll be good with a VA loan. Your criteria will have you qualify for a VA loan. Now, the USDA loan, that's the U.S. Department of Agriculture. United States Department of Agriculture. Now, what they do, they also have no down payment loans. But with these loans, you have to stay in a rural area. It got to be far enough out, probably about 30, 40 minutes away from the metropolitan area. So if you stay around a big city, maybe 30, 40 minutes out, and the area have to be rural, and then the house and the area have to qualify for the loan. And if it qualifies for the loan, then that's another way that you can get down payment assistance wiped away through that loan. And that's if you want to live rural or live out there, live out like that. Now these are loans that are they are offered all over the country. This is the FHA is federal, USDA federal, VA federal, conventional. They are not a federal, but they are still a loan program that is used all over the country. So and they don't hold federal standards. You know what I'm saying? So that's why mostly high earning, high yielding people go with conventional loans. Yeah. So again, your credit score matters. You want to have a 620. You want to make sure your credit score is in good standing. You want to make sure it's in good standing so you can get that down payment assistance. So now, once we move forward from getting that down payment, once we move forward from understanding what we can do off our credit score, the next thing you need to do, if you haven't done it, is get yourself pre-approved. It's like, okay, what is a pre-approval? A pre-approval is basically like you basically, again, letting them run your financial profile. You're gonna choose a lender. If you don't have one and you need help, then I'm the realtor that will find you a lender that will do a pre-approval for you. And again, a pre-approval is nothing but them looking at your overall financial situation and looking at your behavior with money. That's what this is. They looking at your behavior with money. They looking at how you handle your finances. They look at how you are with debt. They look at the age of your credit. They look at the revolving accounts of your credit, and then it's just basically them looking at you to see, how you act with money. It's all about behavior because people behave certain ways with money. And everything is about behavior. If you have bad behavior with money, then you're gonna be looked at as a risky client, and they probably wouldn't want to lend to you. But if you have good behavior with your money, it shows on your credit, it shows on your financial profile. So, with that being said, after you decide that you want to make sure that after you make sure that that you feel comfortable with your credit profile, you get pre-approved. Now, this pre-approval, what it does once you get pre-approved, it's not a guarantee of anything, but what it does is shows you your financial profile, and it allows you to know how much you can get approved for. Let me see what you said down here. Uh, yeah, okay, thanks. USDA loan. Yep. Do you have any associates in GA that are realtors? Yeah, I can reach out. I can definitely reach out to anyone and I think it's a couple of them that's on here on TikTok. I can reach out to them and refer you to them, and we can go there. But I can always just reach out. Just shoot me your information, man, and we can sit down and have a conversation through the DMs, and I could try and see if I could reach out to somebody that I know in Georgia that can help you out. So again, you want to make sure you get yourself pre-approved. This pre-approval is very important because this is the first part of the process. It's a big step in the process, and this also lets you know how to move in this process. Give me 1 second, y'all. I need to open my window a little bit. It's nice outside, but it's a little choppy in here. A little choppy in here, y'all. All right. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for excusing me for a second. But yeah. So again, pre-approval is like the most important part as you start off the journey, because not only does it show you your financial profile, it also shows you what type of home you can afford. Because on that pre-approval, you could see how much house you can afford. It's either going to let you know how much mortgage you afford. It's going to give you a number of how much house you can afford, as far as like price range. Now once you get this, now you understand how much house you can live for, what type of house you can live for. Then it's time to go shopping. But before you go shopping, you want to either make sure you have a realtor already. But if you don't have one and you got your pre-approval done without a realtor, you go find a realtor. And I'll tell you right now, if you actually go get your pre-approval done without a realtor and you go find one, we realtors get excited about people who took the initiative and went on their own and got a pre-approval, because now you let me know that you dead serious. You know what I'm saying? We have to like evaluate people, most of the time because our time is important and we don't want it to be wasted. We don't want to waste time on something that's going nowhere, we could be trying to figure other things out. So if you as a buyer, go ahead and get yourself pre-approved up front. Yeah. And now look, understand, I want y'all to understand something about the pre-approval. Once you get pre-approved, it's only good for about 90 days, no more than 120. So once you get pre-approved, you need to get them moving. You know what I'm saying? Because it only lasts for 90 to 120 days. Now, if your pre-approval run out in that time, you're gonna have to get it done again. So you can't waste no time. You can't just get pre-approved and then be like, oh, okay, I'll start looking at the end of the year's February. No, you gotta go ahead. Get yourself on, man. See, look, yeah. See, you got pre-approved. So you kind of have an idea already of what you can do, which is good. Hopefully you haven't done anything to make your credit score change and make your financial profile change since the last time you got that done. Because if you did, it's going to show. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in this process and you're thinking about doing it, you got to start like a year before, and start disciplining yourself, not only to make sure everything is right with your credit, but also to start putting money to the side for unexpected expenses. You know what I'm saying? So now, once you get pre-approved, you look for a realtor. Me personally, I don't mind helping people get pre-approved if they serious. If you're telling me you're serious, you don't know how to do it, I don't mind helping you do that because, not everybody knows mortgage lenders. Not everybody, want to deal with the bank. They might want to be a little personal and, kind of deal with a person, in a smaller brokerage than a bank. Or you can just go to the bank. You can go to the bank and get yourself pre-approved, with their lenders. You know what I'm saying? Or I do this other thing too. Like I do it, but I'd be skeptical about it sometimes. If you haven't got pre-approved, I think I help people out if they haven't got. This is what I do. I don't know what everybody else do, but I just kind of do things and try to be a little bit orthodox because I understand, that you just can't try and be like everybody else. You got to do your own thing your own way. And the way that I try to help people is depending on if they want like a brand new home, they looking for a new construction home. We kind of like look at what's going on with them and kind of get a like semi estimate on our own of what their finances looking like, and we try to figure out what they're comfortable, how comfortable of a mortgage are you willing to pay. See, like I say it like this. I might have a client, they be like, I don't want to pay no more than $2,200-$2,300 a month in my mortgage. So now that translates to me as like a dollar amount. When you tell me, hey, I only want to pay about $2,200-$2,300 a month, that's what I feel comfortable at. That dollar amount to me translates to about $260,000, $270,000. You know what I'm saying? And that's out here in Texas. In Texas, that's what you're gonna pay for about a 260, 270 $1,000 home, especially if it's brand new. And then we're in this market right now where a lot of these builders are bringing the interest rate down to about 4.9%. I've seen a lot of them go under 5%. I've seen a lot of them like just over 5%. These builders, and they trying to like attract buyers to get in these homes. So that translates to like a dollar amount or a price amount, and then that allows me to go to work. You know what I'm saying? So once you got all this under control, you get your realtor and y'all go shopping. And once you go shopping, you shop in that price range that you got on that pre-approval. Now the next thing is like once you get that pre-approval and you go shopping and you find the home that you want, then we have to put an offer in on it. If it's a brand new home, we still gonna put an offer in. And what you're doing when you put an offer in, you basically looking at the asking price of the home. The price when you go shopping for a home, the price of a home is not guaranteed. Like you go to a car dealership and this is 22,000 and they just got a price on it and that's it. This not like that in the home shopping business or home purchasing process. The price that you see is called an asking price. This is what they're asking for, but everything is negotiable. Now, in this market that we in right now is definitely negotiable, because interest rates are high. Buyers are scared to get in the market because they feel like the interest rates are high. And then you have a lot of sellers who want to sell their homes, but they won't sell it because they don't want to leave the interest rate that they already under. Because they sell that house, they're gonna have to get a new house. And when they get a new house, they're gonna have to get in under this 7% interest rate. Because as you can see, what Naka was just showing you, the interest rates, and that's just what they program. Let me pull this up again. Let's go back to Naka. See again. And see, they saying, look, see, Naka has put this up here, and it's the Naka program again. They are saying they're offering a 7%, and they said that is below the fixed market rate. So if they saying 7% is below the fixed market rate, that means the market rate is roughly 7.5, 7.6%. You know what I'm saying? So you have like some of these builders out here that's throwing this stuff out here at about 5%. So now again, these are asking prices, the prices that you see on the home. Let me pull up some other stuff too, because I just got a lot of stuff to try and show y'all so y'all can understand, what this means. All right, so I'm finna show y'all this real quick. Pull this down. Hope I don't mess up nothing. Let me turn my screen around. If I know what I'm doing. All right, flip K. I am a realtor, like for the Metro Texas Association of Realtors. This is out here in Texas. This is the interest. This is the North Texas Real Estate Information System. So what this is right here is I'm gonna go in here and we gonna look at some homes, and I'm gonna show you the prices of the homes and help you understand what they are. Let me see. We're gonna do a search, residential, detailed. Yeah, we just got 5,000 homes available right here. So now with this, if I want to do like a detailed search, I can look in. I don't want to look in Louisiana, but I can. Let's get a price range, bedroom, square feet, acres, year built, and it'll start trimming this number down right here. And when it trims that number down there, then it gives me what I need, but it's also, different things you can look at for. You can look at the lot description. If you want certain exterior bills, exterior features, what type of garage you want, lot acreage size, it could just be broken down in so many ways. But I'm going to go over here and look at these results for 5,000. Oh, 500,000. Okay. So, for 5,000 plus homes that are available. So, now, I'm gonna go past this one. This ain't got no pictures. All right. So here we go. Let me see. Okay. I ain't gonna go that high. No. Let's see. Okay. All right. You got this home right here. This home is this looks like a condo. 500 Edgewater Drive, unit 127. Yeah, this is definitely a condo. This condo going for 335,000. So now we look at some pictures of it. Kind of old. The old tiling on the floor. These cabinetry is pretty old. It's definitely would need a gut. It's decent though. It's not horrible. So again, we looking at this, and as we look through it, that little shower, oof, that little stand-in shower, trash. Okay, got a nice garden tub. I don't see it now. I think it looked like it's jets on there. Nah, I don't know it. I can't really tell. That's the Yeah, so this is basically a condo. So now look again, the asking price. This is a listing price, which is basically an asking price. Jay, what's going on, Jay? So this asking price is basically what they are asking. Now, in this market, you as a buyer, you have, again, so this will let us know it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. There's 2 full baths in here. You got 1 living area, 1 dining area. This all just all the breakdown. This is the taxes that are on the property. That's the legal description of the property. A lot of people don't even know a legal description of a property or address. An address is not even a legal description. The legal description is lot 1, block 1, a Waters Road Edge condominium building, unit 1, 127 plus 1, and then it's the address. That is a legal description of any property. Now, this thing is 1,582 square feet. It was built in 2005. There is a HOA. It's mandatory. The school district is Lake Dallas ISD. They give you all the dimensions and demographics of every room. But what I look for to see how long it's been on the market. This one says it's only been on the market for 0 days. So they just went live today. So, with this property, you can still negotiate, but they haven't been on the market. So it's going to be like a cat and mouse game with that. Now, if you see a property that's been on the market for, let's say, 100, 200 days, then you put yourself in position to be able to negotiate. Now, see, this part that we on right here, this is the part that you start going through after you've been pre-approved. You know how much money to shop for. So let's say, like, hey, we got approved for $350,000. So you saying you want to do about $325,000. I'll put $330,000. So I will go in here, 330,000. Hold on, what I did here. Let me go back. 330. I'll just put 330. Let me see what that do. And so now when I put that in there, gave me 132 matches. Just at that price point, just that price point. So like if I was to go 329, then it give me 66. You see that? See, I went from 329. Let me see if you want to do 325. Let's go 325. And now you see it's 254 matches at 325. So on those 254 matches, we'll go look at what they got available in that price range. See, now every home is 325,000. We got all these to look for in that price range. So now we just get to looking, and what I do, I sit back and I just, look at this. Y'all see this? It say current days on the market, 505 days. This thing had been on the market for over a year and a half. Do you know how desperate these buyers are? So look, the original list price was $349, and they didn't drop it down to $325. Now what I want to do is look at the history here. See, the history right here starts. Now the listing price on this has been, it's been on the market for so long. Look at this days on the market, 428. That was the 428th day. Now it looks like 339 a day 52. They raised it up to 343. They went up 4,000. They must thought they was gonna get some more, and then they turned around, and after day 428, they didn't drop to 18,000. See what's going on with this situation right here is that this property is it's probably in a bad location, and these are the pictures. It's probably in a bad location. The condition of the property probably not that great. It looks decent. It looks decent on the inside. Well, it's probably in a bad location. These are terrible pictures. I tell you that much. You should never list these look like they was taken with a phone. Yeah, the listing agent took these pictures with a phone because these are terrible. He didn't even have a good phone at that. He only got 12 pictures. So what's going on with this property? It's probably in a bad area. A lot of people probably don't like all these trees around. You know what I'm saying? This could be in a bad area, and it's overpriced. Because this is us a 2022. Okay, this was built in 2022, a new construction. Man, that the landscaping is horrible for this to be a 2022. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Let me see if I can screen. This landscaping is not right. Look at that grass. This home is only a year old, and this how y'all landscaping look? They must have just built and didn't even, invest in no landscaping. Because I've never seen a home that was built in 2022 and that the land looked that bad. They just built on it, didn't care. Okay, where is this at? This in Maybank, Texas. I don't even know what the hell that's at. This home, 1830 on the square feet, 2022 new construction, incomplete. This is complete. It looks okay on the inside, but everything else about it is just like that. So this is the what we doing right now, what I'm showing y'all right now. This is the process after you've been pre-approved. You know how much you've been approved for. We figure out what's a comfortable price range, because like I give you some examples. My last client, right? Hold on, let me turn this camera around. So, my last client, right? They got approved for a certain amount. They got approved for like, close to 370, right? So, we decided like he's like, hey, I want to look at about 350. So when I told him at 350, at a 7% interest rate, you'll be looking at about maybe close to $3,000 a month. So, then we started talking about, okay, what's a comfortable interest, a comfortable mortgage rate that you're willing to pay, that's going to include not only your principal interest, but your taxes and insurance. They said about 27, 26, 27. So that let me know we can go down from 350 to about maybe 300. You know what I'm saying? And then you will be comfortable with that like 26, 27 price range. So it's like once we get to looking for the home, we find what you're looking for. Now, if you're in that price range and you love the home, this is it. This is you. This is the home you love. Y'all let me know if I'm talking in circles too, because I'm going to learn to be a better live host. I'm doing this and just trying to get this information out there. So I actually have to learn on the fly as well to be a better live host. And I hope that I'm doing a decent job of like referring information and trying to be detailed about what I'm talking about. But now, when you see that and you love this home, you're going to put the offer in. And again, you seen that home we just seen on the market for 505 days. They want 335,000. No way. There's no way that I would ever tell my clients, "Oh man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that." See, something like that, I look for stuff like that so I can know how to negotiate, the price that my clients, which would be you, are willing to pay. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that, I see them days on the market like that. Man, that's woo, 505 days. Oh, we got some negotiating to do, because that price that you have right there is not what my client gonna pay. Most of the time be like, hey, we're gonna probably come in at about 95% of that. You know what I'm saying? Because the listing price, they want to try, when they list that price, they want to get 100% of what they asking for. You know what I'm saying? Trania, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. So most of people, when they sell the house, they want to get 100% of what they asking, and they really hoping that they are going to get like a multiple offer situation. Because most of the time when you get a multiple offer situation, now you as the seller and the listing agent are sitting back trying to figure out what is the best deal. And what's always going to be the best deal? The highest offer with the least amount of contingencies, and ready to get to the closing table as fast as possible. But in the market that we in now, it's not given like that in every area. It's different areas and different markets that are still given, even in this market, but it's a lot of areas that's not given, and it's a lot of areas in certain price ranges it's not given. In the luxury market, it's still given, in the great neighborhoods, it's still given. You know what I'm saying? And like in the luxury towns, it's still given. But like in different other areas, it's not given like that. And that's where you really have the room as a buyer to come in. It's like, since it's not given, I'm gonna give you what I got. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a situation where it's like that, 500 days on the market, we not coming in at no 335,000. We gonna throw out an offer of at least, we want to come in at about 91, 92%. You know, it might seem like a low ball offer, but it's like if you've been on the market for 500 days, that something ain't right. You know, but if I like this property and I see like the vision of what I want to do with it, and it, you know, tells me this is it, I'm still trying to get the best deal possible. And we're gonna try and see if you can give us some seller concessions on top of that. You know, so that's what that does. So that's what the offer, that's what the asking price is. It's just actually leverage for you to negotiate, especially if you dealing with something like that. Now, if you dealing with a property that's hot and you go in and you ask the listing agent what's going, oh well, I got 7 offers on the table. You already know if he got 7 offers on the table, you can't come in half stepping. You got to come in like, so which one was the highest offer? What's the highest offer? And then, you know, you got to try and match that. Sometimes they may tell you, sometimes they don't. They'll be like, you know, throw some at me. You know what I'm saying? So they might not ever tell you the highest offer unless you come to them talking about, hey, whatever the highest offer is, I'm willing to go 5 to 10,000 over that. Then they're gonna let you know what their highest offer is. But other than that, it'll be like, hey, just give me a number, put your offer in, and then they're gonna go over the offer, and you sit back hoping that you get chose in a multiple when you're dealing with a multiple contract situation. Well, not multiple contract, but a multiple offer situation. So yeah, now once you decide and you choose the house and you put this offer in, so I'm gonna get off this here, and you choose the house and we find the house and we able to get the offer in and the offer is accepted. That means y'all shake hands. The offer is accepted. Now the next thing we doing, we trying to get this thing to underwrite, get it to underwriting. So once you do that, the next thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna fill out a new loan application because the pre-approval is just a pre-approval. It's not a guarantee. It's just that you have the ability to be approved. That's what a pre-approval does. It makes them understand that, like, hey, he can actually get funded for this home and we can collect and we can, you know, switch, we can transfer this thing over to him. He is very eligible to do it. That's what the pre-approval does. After you agree, y'all get under contract. Now, when you get under contract and you sign the agreement, now you're gonna go back and fill out a new loan application, and this is for the loan approval. Now, once you do all that, you're gonna deal with the mortgage lenders. They're going to, you know, build it. They're gonna put the loan, start putting the loan together, take everything you get them, put the whole packet together, and then they're gonna send it to underwriting. Now, this is the most important time. Really, honestly, when you're looking for a home in general, the most important thing you can do is to just sit back. If your financial situation is straight, you want to sit back. You don't go back and you don't go and start trying to open up no new credit cards. Don't open up no new line of credit. Do not get no furniture on credit. Do not try and get no another car. Do not quit your job. You know, do not be putting large amounts of money into your bank account. You know, it's just, you just have to put a halt on everything and let the process take its course. You know what I'm saying? Never find another. I don't know if you in here, but how you doing? But you just want to put a halt on everything that you're doing. When you put that halt on everything that you're doing, this allows the process to do what it's supposed to do. I be having to walk my clients through this all the time. Like you know, every time when we get under contract, I'm always in contact with my clients. Like every 2 days or 3 days, hey, you good? You good? Because sometimes people have discipline issues with money. You know what I'm saying? And I hear it far too many times where people get in the they will get in the process and get headed towards closing and do something crazy. And it'd be like, now you can just kill the whole deal. And now when you kill the whole deal and everything goes through, most of the time, you know, if you are at total fault as the client, then you will lose your earnest money. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing. Another thing about earnest money, when you put that money down and you sign that contract, you must perform. If you sit up here and don't perform your part in that contract, you will lose your earnest money. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be totally prepared to do this. Now, once you in that process where the paperwork, the loan processor is getting everything over to the underwriter, because the underwriter turns around and they have the final approval, and they go through everything and they do the final approval on it and give you the clear to close. Now, sometimes it depends on who you're going through and how your situation is structured and how fast you're trying to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's 60 days, sometimes it's 30 days, sometimes it's 45 days. You know what I'm saying? If you're paying cash, they get it done in about a week or two. And it also depends on your mortgage lender. How good are they? How smooth are they? How fast do they get through everything? Just keep going. What's up, Just Fab? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in to my home buying seminar. And I'm gonna continue to do this thing. I talk about the same thing over and over again, so I can continue to beat this stuff in people's brain, because it's like you only learn the more you hear and hear and hear and hear, and then you actually, execute the process or allow the process to be executed. So during this time when the loan processor is getting all this paperwork with your financial information, your whole financial profile and everything about you, through the underwriting process, you just sit back and you be cool. You might want to sit on your hands if you have to, just, take your credit cards and go hide them somewhere. If you have to, you can't do it. You might want to cut them up and just order some new ones after you close. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's going to be anything detrimental to your credit and your financial profile, you want to stay away from it during this closing process. So now, what happens after that? Once you get the clear to close, everything goes through, you get approved. Now you're approved. This is like, now you're approved. When you get the clear to close, you're totally approved. And the minimum is no, I think the maximum that they could send it to you is the minimum that they could send it to you is 3 days before closing. You should get a closing disclosure notice. Now, this closing disclosure notice basically is going to outline and spell, because, first, before you get a closing disclosure notice, you fill out a loan application and you get a loan estimate. And a loan estimate is basically an estimate of what your mortgage is going to be, how much you'll have to bring to the closing table, if anything, and just everything that has to do with the total contract of what you have going on. Now, once you get the clear to close, you're going to get the closing disclosure notice. The closing disclosure notice is now the very thing that is going to tell you what you are actually bringing to the closing table, what you will actually be paying in your mortgage, what you will be actually, how much the home is going to cost. It's going to give you a breakdown of all the costs, the closing costs, what it costs for, for everything. Is gonna give you a breakdown of if you got any closing cost assistance. If you got any incentives, it's going to include all that. It's going to include everything, so you can know exactly what you're getting into before you start it. Now, when you get this closing disclosure notice, you as the buyer actually have the right or the opportunity to say, well, I don't like this. I can't afford it. I'm not going to go through with it. And if you don't go through with it, after you went that far, you're probably going to lose your earnest money, but you can bag out of the contract that way if you don't feel comfortable, but you probably still lose your earnest money because you just kind of bagged up after everything went through. But if you go ahead and sign a closing disclosure notice and you're saying you're going to move forward, you just move forward, and then it's like we head to close. Now, once you get to closing, you're going to have a lot of documentation, a lot of paperwork to sign. Depending on the builder that you work with, they'll probably have a lot of e documents for you to sign before you get there. Because trust me, it is when you get to the closing table, it's like you're gonna be doing your wrist like that, unless they have you doing a lot of DocuSigns before you get there. Because some builders and some situations, they have you do a lot of stuff DocuSign and get some stuff signed electronically before you get there. So when you get there, it's not a lot of stuff that you have to sign. It's just some things you got to sign in person. And then once you do that, but at the same time, people, y'all got to make sure, start reading stuff, man. Start reading through your contract. My last clients that we went through, we had a 79 page. What's up, mama? We're going to go to a playground a little bit as soon as daddy finished this live. When I finish this live, we're gonna go to the playground. It's kind of chilly outside, so we're gonna get you some pants and stuff to put on, okay, mama? So now, what's going on, Mary Leg? How you doing? What you say, mama? You feel it? Here, if you stand right there, you'll feel the cool air right there. Yeah, it's a little chilly, ain't it, mama? so yeah. Um, once you get to that closing table, you're gonna have a lot of documents to sign. And the thing is, you want to make sure you read over everything. What's going on? Grand day to you, Mary Leg. Grand day to you. So you want to make sure that you read over everything. You want to say hi? Say hi, mama. Come here. Put your head in. This is my little lady. She like to step in. Say hey, mama. Say hi, everybody. She is desperately waiting for daddy to take her to the park. Yeah, I took them to the park yesterday, and they was just like, "Oh, an eclipse is happening." Oh, really? That's crazy. I ain't know nothing about that. But yeah, my little lady, she is just waiting to go back to the park. We went to the park yesterday, and it's like it's the weekend, so I always try and do something with them on a Saturday. So we'll be going to the park today. You want to let Daddy finish this real quick, Mama? Hmm. All right. Give me kisses. You want to show everybody our handshake? Huh? All right. She want everybody to see our handshake. Me and her, we got our little special handshake. Come here. Let's see if we get it right. Come on. Mm, that's our handshake. All right, Mama. Go ahead. Daddy will be there in a second. So we got some sidewalk talk. You know what's crazy? We do got the sidewalk talk, and they like it, but they don't like it when I'm not there. I have to be like there. They just what I love about being a father is that they just love my presence, and that's why I understand the importance and the role that I play. My presence is so valuable to them. It's like they just they'll do the sidewalk talk, but they, Daddy, can you come with us? And I'm like, okay, here I come. You know what I'm saying? But I love it though. I signed up for it, and it's the most beautiful thing that I could have done. And I love doing what I'm doing now because now I'm teaching my kids to learn how to help people and learn how to build value in yourself and be a person of value so you can help others, because I understand that's how you attract everything. People will be trying to figure out, they like to chase money and stuff like that, and they live their life chasing money and don't understand money is attracted. It's attracted by the value that you bring to people. You know what I'm saying? So I really just learned that, and I have really started implementing that in my life. I learned that in the past like 5 years, in the last 3 years, I've learned to understand the value of having value and your value being valuable to someone else. And that's how you attract things. You attract money. You attract positive energy by moving and grooving a certain way. So by me liking to help people, it led me to come to real estate. Because I started off basically doing like a non-for-profit organization. It wasn't even a non-for-profit organization at first. I just got up one day and God told me to go help somebody. And I'm looking like, how? And at this time too, I also like, cut hair. So, I'm like I'm like probably the best unlicensed barber out there. You know what I'm saying? And I love cutting hair. It was something I love to do, but I didn't have clientele. I didn't know how to use it. And I was just looking to use the tool of that I was good with my hands just to make money. It wasn't about helping people. It was just about making money. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't going, as planned or whatever, So God just got up one day and said, go help somebody. And I'm looking like how I could do that. And it just popped up in my head, the idea, it's homeless people out here that don't have nobody to cut their hair. You can go down there and start cutting some of them people's hair and helping them out and just making them feel good about themselves, and it'll last for about a couple of weeks or whatever, So I got up, and this was March 1st of 2022. I got up and I went down there, and I went down to in downtown Fort Worth, right off of Lancaster. If anybody know about that area over there, Lancaster, and I just parked my truck, got out, sat a chair down, and I was, hey, anybody want a haircut? Next thing you know, everybody started coming over there. I stayed out there for like 8 or 9 hours that day, cutting as many heads. And, I didn't even like feel the stress or the tension that my body was going through because it was just something inside of me, the adrenaline of me helping people. It just was like overwhelming. And I felt like so good after I did that. I couldn't believe how I felt. I was like, I have to do more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that, Mary. I appreciate that. And this was way before I even got into my real estate journey because now I've been a real estate agent for like a little bit over a year. It's been a little bit about almost 14 months that I've been active, with my license or whatever. Moonshine, man, what's the word, bro? What's the word? So I've been active with my license now, for a little bit over a year, but my journey there in real estate started from that. And it was just like I started going down there and I started making a thing of it. Then what God did for me was build up the courage in me to allow me to go up to random people and say, hey, instead of you giving your stuff to Goodwill and giving it to the Salvation Army and they sell it, give it to me and I can go down there and take it directly to the people and give it to the people that actually need it. You know what I'm saying? So I started building that up. And, I've been doing that now for over a year now. And I constantly have donations being given to me, just people always looking to give me stuff. And it allows me to continue to do that now. And so, I was like, what other ways can I help? And I was always interested in real estate. And I was like, I know another way that I can be able to help people is if I help myself. I can't help nobody if I don't help myself. So I'm like, if I want to help somebody, I need to help myself and import some new knowledge inside of me, import a new skill in myself that's going to allow me to be able to help more people. And I was like, see, real estate, I've been wanting to do it. I might as well just go ahead and do it. But the thing is, I had to realize I had to do it a certain way, that I had to do it unconventional because I'm not a reader. I was never a reader to sit down and just read. You know what I'm saying? I was lost in the sauce, like want to watch TV, want to watch sports, want to play games, want to play video games and all that stuff, but once I decided this is what I want to do, I sacrificed all, and that's what I loved it. I mean, talking about sports, let's talk about sports. I can tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? Playing video games, I was a 2K head, but I wanted better. I wanted to do more. I wanted to, become more. I wanted to, kind of stand out more and start walking more on my purpose, and start becoming that vision that God has shown me of the man that I'm supposed to be out here. You know what I'm saying? And be of total value to people. So I went to real estate school. I had to do it unconventional, basically taking an online course, something I never did before. And I was like, if I'm going to do this, I got to get rid of everything and everybody. I got rid of cable. I got rid of TV. I stopped watching sports. I stopped hanging out, and I put everybody on the back burner. People was like, man, you acting like you distant. It's like, nah, I ain't distant, bro. I'm on something. You know what I'm saying? I got something that I'm trying to do. I got a mission that I'm trying to accomplish. Because what God is showing me, this vision that I'm having, God is like magnifying the vision and letting me see it up close. You know what I'm saying? See, the vision that I have is like when you looking, at the world from the satellite, and then God just, zooms in on the vision, like that's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, Mary Lynn. Time is definitely valuable, and I'm just learning even more. Like, it is time is more valuable than money. You know what I'm saying? It's more valuable than money because guess what? You can lose money and get it back, but when you lose time, you don't get that back. So it's like we definitely have to like be careful and be mindful of what we're doing. And if we waste a lot of time, guess what? You still have time to right wrongs, but you can't keep wasting it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look, there you go. There you go. Hey, look, it is a sacrifice. Not only is a sacrifice, it takes courage. It takes courage. What do it take to be a nobody? You know what I'm saying? That's those big facts. Those big facts, Cardo. Those are big facts. Not only is it's a sacrifice, it's a massive sacrifice. You also sacrificing who you, in the biggest thing, you sacrificing who you used to be to become who you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. No effort. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to be great, man. It takes courage to be like, I'm not gonna keep doing the same thing. You know how easy it is to stay the same? You know what I'm saying? And I'm from Chicago. When I go back home and I visit my people from Chicago, they say the same, man. Be like, man, what's going on with you, man? Shit. Ain't nothing changed. Just another day, another dollar. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, he's like, oh man, you didn't change it up. Like, well, hey, I had to try some different things. Man, I ain't changing shit, man. Shit stay the same. I ain't changing for nobody. And when you literally when they literally say that, and the things when they say that, I believe you, shit. Because when I left here 10 years ago and came back and seen you 10 years later, you still doing the same shit. So, you know what I'm saying? You haven't changed. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna change. And guess what? If you're not gonna change, you haven't changed, don't expect to see any change in your life. And then people get mad at other people because they see the elevation and progression in their life, but you are steady down here doing the same thing that is holding you down. You mad at other people's progression, but as time goes on and you stay the same, you really regress. You digress. You know what I'm saying? If you continuously stay the same as time goes on, you are losing. You behind. You're behind. You're falling down. However you want to look at it. Because if we look at how everything moving in this world and how time goes on, everything is moving on an upward trajectory. Everything that we doing out here is different. The way we operate money is different. The way we do things out here is different. And if you're still on the same wavelength, you still trying to do the same thing, and you still ain't trying to change, you behind. Because when you decide to change, now you're gonna be trying to figure out how this work, how that work, how that work, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't be getting it though. But that's what brought me to real estate though, because I wanted to change. I wanted to do something different, and I want to start becoming who I am. Because what a lot of people don't even know about me is that, before I got into real estate, I was a truck driver. Well, I am still a truck driver. I have a CDL, and I didn't have my CDL since 2015. And I'm proud. I think I may be the only truck driver that I know in the world that started off as a truck driver, became a real estate agent, and actually have been able to help people close and get in homes. I don't know if I've met a guy that was a truck driver and a real estate agent, but he was saying, I can't do this. It take too long. Like what you're saying, I've been driving 18 wheeler for 5 years. Now I'm about to go to school for aqua welding. Yeah. Hey, look, the more you can add to yourself, and the reason I even started truck driving is because I wanted to add more to myself. And you should never feel like I think that's a great thing. I think that's a great thing. Go to school for that aqua welding. Get that knowledge and that information, you know, and add to yourself. That's what we supposed to do. We supposed to be adding, and so we can elevate. You know what I'm saying? You cannot grow. I look at it like this: you have to educate to elevate, then you can be able to motivate. You know what I'm saying? If you don't educate, you basically decimating yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what life is, a continuous learning journey. And it's one thing I want to say about life in general, it's never about the destination. I used to be always worried about the destination. It's about the journey, man. The destination of life is the journey. All right, bro. Hey, man, I'm gonna be going live. I probably want to go live Monday or Tuesday, man. Just hit me up, man. I mean, just hitting my link, and make sure you keep the tabs up for the notification. So yeah, hey, I enjoyed you, bro, and I hope that you got anything. I hope that you learned something from this, and I'm gonna continually do this going forward. But yeah, I just learned that life in general is it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. The journey is the destination. You know, it's like, what do you want your journey to keep going? Do you want your journey to keep going this way, or do you want to change the trajectory of your journey? Because really the destination in life is death. You know what I'm saying? If you really look at it, it's like, what's the destination in life? Death. Because we all got to do that. Now, everything in between is basically the journey. So that's life. You know what I'm saying? You determine your journey. So I know I didn't jump. Wait, see, y'all. I'm gonna be working on that. See, this is why I call myself Dr. the Inspirational Realtor, because I started talking about it. But if I get swayed one way, where I get to can talk about anything motivational, inspirational, I will go there. I go there. I mean, because I love it. I feel like God has given me something really special that I can really give to the world. You know what I'm saying? And as I continue to grow and I continue to learn, the more I continue to give. But what I'm willing to give is what I know now, and I feel like I know enough that I can give something, you know what I'm saying? And that's what like pushed me into real estate, because this turned into another way where I could help people on a different level achieve dreams and goals, achieve dreams of home ownership, and actually be able to understand and try to tap into the wealth effect, you know, of what's going on in real estate. So yeah, but like I was saying, when it came to the close and disclosure, I got off all into that because I was talking about reading your contracts at the close and disclosure. Now, when you read these contracts and you sign them, now you basically saying, "Hey, we going to the closing table." Now, when you get to the closing table, you got to sign everything that you need to sign. Make sure you read everything. It's some of these contracts be like 80, 100 pages. You might have to sign 100 pages worth of stuff. If you got to sit there and read everyone, go ahead, because you want to make sure you took this day off or whatever. So, because I know this one guy, he blew me like one time. He decided to close and then go to work after closing. I'm like, you a what? Why would you do that? This is a big special day for you. Why would you block that whole day off so you can have this time to take all the time you needed? So you talking about you got to go to work. So you rushing through the clothes and not reading everything, just signing stuff because you got to go to work. And then when stuff started happening and different clauses started coming out, well, I didn't know that was there. Well, ain't that your signature? You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. All you gotta do is sit back and just read and understand. And that's what I like to do as a real estate agent, to make sure that you say you better go look at that place and vision bigger. Yeah. Yeah, hey, definitely. I was really thrown off by that guy. Like, I'm like, why would you do that? But okay, this is this is your situation. This is your choice that you're making. I'm just basically advising you, and I'm helping you make the best choice possible. And I want to make sure that you're comfortable. This what you want to do, and you want to rush through this without reading stuff. Be my guest, sir. Be my guest. So but yeah, once you get all that stuff and you signed away, you should be getting your keys, guys. And that's how that process works. I know I went a little bit back and forth all over the place or whatever, but I think we still covered all the steps of what it takes, to purchase a home, especially in this DFW market. Like I said, the first thing and the first step I was telling everybody that we want to start with before you start purchasing or decide you want to purchase a home. If you decide you want to purchase a phone, hey Mary, look, I'm glad you're with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate the time you spent, because you can be doing anything else. Again, your time is so much value. All our time is value. And I understand that, you could be doing anything else, but you taking the time to hear me out. And I just, I don't want to say hope, but I do know, and I do just, you know, want to say that I'm glad that you're going to leave out of here. And I hate to say hopefully, but at the same time, I'm gonna just say it like I just my goal is to have you walk out of here with something that you didn't have before you came in, or if you know what I'm talking about. If I was able to inspire and motivate through anything else that I was able to say, I hope, and my goal and my goal is to hope that you was able to get something from that as well. So this is the thing that I want people to understand before you even decide you want to look for a home or anything you want to get into. Even if you want to become an investor, you want to get in business ventures, you want to change things around, you want to start moving forward with your life. I can definitely take a look and see how you can do that in Belize. That is like something I've never did, but guess what? You giving me a project. And I like projects because I mean this ain't nothing but me just challenging the growth of myself. So I can definitely like look into that. Most definitely, I'm gonna inbox you. I'm gonna inbox you. Shoot me an inbox real quick so it don't get lost up in the sauce. You just a little quick inbox, wave in your hand or whatever. Hey, it's Mary, and then I can shoot you my number and all type of stuff like that, and we can figure out what's going on from there. Um, yeah, but the thing that I want to tell people, like, it don't matter what you're doing, getting in the home, you want to get rid of a certain mindset. That mindset that I tell people that I want you to get rid of is called the ant mindset, ANT. It is a mindset that you must get rid of before you decide you're ready to change your life and you're ready to do, great things, and you're ready to start building different things and start looking and building towards a wealth venture for yourself, whatever it may be. You have to get rid of this ant mindset. And ant is spelled ANT, like the ants, and that stands for any negative thought. You want to get rid of that mindset. You cannot have negative thoughts when you're trying to do big things, you're trying to change your life. And when you're trying to acquire big things, when you're trying to jump into business ventures and you want to also invest, if you're trying to invest in real estate, you can't run around here with a negative mindset. You got to be positive and be calculated. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe in yourself and you have to believe in what you see, and you have to stand strong and stand firm and not be let down by you. Because the ant mindset is something you control. You know what I'm saying? That thing that you can get rid of, you can get rid of it. You are in control of that. You control the thoughts that come in your head. That's why you want to work on keeping a positive mindset, because if you don't think positive and keep a positive mindset, negative thoughts just instantly creep in. You have to work to keep a positive mindset. If you let it go, negative thoughts always creep in. Doubt creeps right in. It just comes with no pressure. It just comes. Like, it's weird. It's like really weird if you pay attention. Like, negative thoughts literally just pop up in your head. When you're trying to be positive, you have to work on that. I teach my children the only block they have in life is self thought process. Exactly. Exactly. And you know what the funny thing about it was? I wasn't taught this. I had to learn this on my own. Because growing up, we grew up in poverty. We grew up on the west side of Chicago. We grew up on government cheese. We grew up on food stamps. We grew up on everything. So it just was negativity, a negative process of everything around me all the time, every day. And I had to like literally like go through my life trying to figure this out, until I got to a point where it just light bulb and click like, hey, you have more control than you think, man. You have more control than you actually think. You know what I'm saying? You really have all the control. You just have to tap into it and believe in you. And understand that you change your trajectory in your life by how you think, and then how you react to what you think, and how you move off of how you think. Because everything starts off as a thought process. This chair right here, before this became a chair, this was a thought. This hat, before this became a hat, it was a thought. These glasses, they were a thought before they became anything. You know what I'm saying? So when you understand the power of thought and how you can control everything, you know, you start to move and understand and move in a better light, in a better space for yourself. So that being said, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to end this live, but I just want y'all to know I'm gonna keep doing these home buying seminars at least once or twice a week. I'm looking forward to doing it like on Thursdays and maybe Saturday mornings. Because I feel like the information is important, and I want to beat it and drum down in people's heads how this process goes, what to expect. So when you actually go looking for a home in your state, you go deal with a realtor, you actually know how to talk and have some lingo to talk. You ain't asking a lot of questions like, well, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Yes, exactly. Exactly. You say you got to get out of boxes to move forward. You got to get out of boxes to move forward. Like, yes, you do. You got to get out of boxes, and you might even have to go down some rabbit holes. Once you get out them boxes and go down some rabbit holes, you're going to separate yourself from the pack. Like, seriously, you know. No, I definitely am. She's sitting right here looking at me like, you almost done, Daddy? You almost done? You almost done? And so yeah, but yeah, again, people, we're gonna have this home buyer seminar. I want to do it again Thursday, so keep an eye out for that. And until then, continue focus on getting rid of the ant mindset. Get rid of it. It's doing you no good. It's doing you no justice, and it's holding you back in your life. All right, y'all. Much love. I appreciate everybody that was in here. I appreciate y'all taking y'all time out y'all day and sitting with me and listening to me explain about a little bit of things, getting to know about me a little bit, and also just understand the home buying process. And I hope I can give you anything to help you in your journey moving forward. All right, much love, y'all.